Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and it's movie time again. I regularly make blind buys of films that I've never seen before because I like to review as many films as I can, watch as many movies as I can. And one of the latest ones I picked up that just arrived on the 4K format, which I'd never seen prior to this, is Vanilla Sky. This came out in the early 2000s, directed by Cameron Crowe and starring Tom Cruise. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Nice close-up of the package with Tom Cruise's character center stage. There's the spine text, back of the box. This does include a digital copy code. Under the spine, pretty much the same thing. Inside the package, we have our 4K disc as well as our Blu-ray disc, which has both the film and the bonus features. This disc is identical to the previously released Paramount Presents disc. And I'll read the description from the package. Oscar-winning writer and acclaimed director Cameron Crowe reunites with producer star Tom Cruise for this mind-bending roller coaster ride of romance, comedy, suspicion, love, sex, and dreams. Based on 1987's Abre los Ojos and co-starring Penelope Cruz, Vanilla Sky's soul-searching story is set in New York City. Lensed by Oscar-winning cinematographer John Toll, it's a visually stunning film with a Times Square sequence not to be forgotten. So like I said, I do a lot of blind buys when it comes to movies because I discover a lot of treasures I might have missed the first times around. I mean, you do have hits and misses when you do this. Unfortunately, as I learned the hard way, Vanilla Sky was certainly not one of the hits. Cameron Crowe is a usually reliable writer and director. I mean, he's known as a rock journalist, and his writing goes back to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Then he, of course, directed Almost Famous, one of my favorite films of all time, and plenty of other classic hits along the ways. Unfortunately, Vanilla Sky is just an absolute dumpster fire of a movie that makes absolutely no sense. It's beautifully shot, it's beautifully produced, there's a ton of great actors in the film, and that's about it. Nothing ever comes together. I mean, I don't know what Crowe was going for here. You get this unreliable narrator thing, you have plot points that may or may not have been dreams. I like movies that make me think, but I don't like movies that are completely devoid of any traditional narrative structure whatsoever. Cameron Crowe had the keys to the kingdom making this movie. I mean, of course, he had one of the best cinematographers in the business. He had New York City as a location because, of course, every movie ever made is set there. And then actors like Tom Cruise, Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, Jason Lee, Kurt Russell, and it's just like he pretty much just films the occasional scene, slaps them together, and can't quite decide what's real and what's not. The movie even tries to go for a sci-fi twist in its latter few moments to try to bring everything together, but honestly, I think that just makes it even more confusing. This is a hard one to review because it's such a beautiful looking film in such a gorgeous location with some decent performances from the actors, but it doesn't matter how good you are, you can't rise above lackluster source material that just completely lacks narrative structure. They say you have to watch this movie more than once to get it, but I just don't see any reason to ever watch it again after seeing this. There's just nothing here. I mean, it was a bit of a critic's darling with a lot of positive press and recommendations from film critics, but that unfortunately doesn't make it a good movie. I am happy to say, though, the movie does look pretty good in the 4K format. I've never owned any prior release of the film, so I can't really make any direct comparisons, but overall, I would say this is a pretty solid-looking transfer with all the expected upgrades you'd get from HDR. No real complaints in the visual department. Just don't expect something that looks razor sharp like it was filmed yesterday. We do get the Paramount Presents Blu-ray disc, which means we get all the bonus features that were originally on there as well. So there's at least a decent supplement package to be had, and I think those of you that are fans of the film will be happy with what you see. It's a good representation of the film in terms of picture quality and bonus features. Sadly, that doesn't change my opinion on the actual movie. It's a rare miss for Cameron Crowe, and for the life of me, like I said, I just don't see myself ever revisiting this one. But those who are established fans, I think, will be happy with what they get here in terms of the overall quality of the package. What are your thoughts on Vanilla Sky? you think it's an underrated Cameron Crowe film? Do you think it's the worst film he's ever made? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, 'cause I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.